The dry season has now slowly made its way into the valley, and many plants and animals are now taking risks. Many have lost their lives because they tried their best to survive underneath the heat. The small lake that had provided food and water for many of the creatures in the valley is now gone, which means now they have to take extremes to survive. Most of the valley is nothing but dry. There are hardly any plants left. Already there is no sign of Big Bull's territory. It may have been dried up due to the heat and the lack of drinking water. The two young dinosaurs play in the shade while their father is resting in the shade. Dan and Rambo have been lucky enough to last this long, but it is unknown whether or not they can handle the rest. Ever since then, Big Bull's been keeping watch. And as long as he's here, they could probably make it out alive. Big Bull decides it's time to take his young children off to go hunt. It's the Jurassic Mother, as well as Leah and Yaisa. They too have been lucky enough to last this long during the dry season. Many young dinosaurs don't survive that much. Since it's dry season for them, here, in the human world, it's considered summertime. But the animals have the worst. They suffer greatly. Since there's not that many plants, the herbivores take every opportunity they can get. Using all of her weight, the Jurassic Mother brings down part of a branch, so that way her children can feed. The Jurassic Mother doesn't really care if she eats or not. All she cares is that her children are safe. Once in a while she will feed on plants, but right now she's only caring for her children. They all sense a hunter is making its way down the valley. It's Kida, the Giganotosaurus. The creche moves further together to step away from the hunter. Luckily for them, they are not on today's menu. Marty the Brachiosaurus has suffered the most during the dry season. Given the fact that he's a big dinosaur and needs a lot of food and water to survive, almost all the food and water has gone away, and he hasn't had it in a long time. Every day he gets weaker, but still tries to walk, which isn't the best idea. And because of him getting weaker, a group of the carnivorous dinosaurs have been following him, waiting for him to collapse. And that day has finally come. Because of the heat and lack of resources for him to survive, Marty collapses. Now they begin to close in. For this, there will be no fighting on who gets the carcass. With a meal this big, there's enough food to go around. The carnivores tuck in to feast on the corpse. It's Tony, the large male stegosaurus. He's lasted well during the dry season, so far. There is no sign of his herd, because they have been killed by the Alpha Male Allosaurus. Yes, indeed, it's a surprise that the Alpha Male Allosaurus was able to wipe all of his herd out, with him making it out alive. Tony notices the hunters feasting on Morty's corpse. He knows better than to stick around, and continues walking down the valley. Out of the blue comes Ahab, because the small lake is gone, and the pathway to the beach near the valley has been blocked. He has no way of getting food, and seeing that the hunters are feasting on Morty's corpse, he decides to join in. Kira has been drawn here too, but not to feast. Kira decides now's the time to fulfill his plan. He walks slowly over to them and stands on top of Morty's carcass, and it grabs all of their attention.